Hi Charger Nation, and welcome to another episode of Sit Down with the Soup. I'm Bradley Roberson, the Superintendent of the Oxford School District, and today we're talking about something that impacts every student, every teacher, and every family member in our community, and that is our capital improvement plan. These projects obviously represent a major investment in the future of the Oxford schools, but also our entire community. Joining me today, I have Chief Operations Officer Dr. Steve Hurdle, who's been leading a lot of this work behind the scenes. So Steve, thanks for taking time to visit with me today.
Thank you, Mr. Robertson. I'm excited to talk to you about all the things that are going on. We've got a lot of great projects happening.
We do have a lot going on. So let's start big picture, Dr. Hurdle. For those who may not be familiar, exactly, when we talk about a capital improvement plan, what all does that actually include?
Well, that's great. So we're looking at everything we have, we might need going forward. We look at the current state of our facilities. We look at the needs, looking at our growth from our district standpoint. What will we need 5 or 10 years down the road? Being strategic about planning our facilities so that we have the things we need when we need them.
You know, we just a couple of months ago, the board actually approved an agreement to work with a company to help us determine those needs moving forward. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, so we're in the middle of a facility assessment, and so we did contract with an organization who specializes in this kind of work. They're taking about 2 weeks to come and walk every campus, every building, every roof, identify every piece of equipment that we currently have, assess the condition of that equipment and those structures, and provide us a detailed report so we can do some serious planning and cost estimating for what we might need to maintain our facilities in the next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, I know one of the things that I learned early on in preparing to be a superintendent is one of the worst mistakes that districts can make is to defer maintenance. So it's very important that you have a long-term plan so you don't end up with a lot of surprises, right, that happen when it comes to facilities and maintenance that cost taxpayer dollars that really could have been avoided if you would have had some sort of plan previously. So I appreciate you doing that plan.
Yes, and you know, as large as we have become, it's very easy to fall into a trap of, I like to call it whack-a-mole, waiting till an issue pops up and trying to attack that issue, and you can really get behind the curve in a hurry. And I'm grateful. We have a great facilities team. They're doing an awesome job of keeping our facilities looking good and well maintained, but it's very, very easy to get behind and wind up being in the hole down the road.
So I know you've got this organization that's coming to conduct the facilities assessment. Is there any other ways that you're gathering information from individuals? Absolutely.
It's kind of a multi-tiered approach. It's reaching out to a variety of stakeholders. I've already started conversations with all of our building principals, identifying needs from their perspective and asking them to talk to their leadership team. I've reached out to our athletic directors, asked them to talk to their coaches. What do we need from that standpoint? District leadership across the board, and we will also reach out to our parents and our community and get input from them as well as to what they see our needs for our district going forward.
So let's shift gears just a little bit. Let's talk about current projects. What are the current or upcoming projects that stakeholders can expect to see in the coming months?
Well, we are wrapping up some projects that we did that started this summer, some interior work at the Oxford Middle School and Oxford Intermediate School, some needed upgrades, some improvements and repairs. The intermediate school had not basically been touched in about 25 years, and so we've done a lot of renovation of bathrooms, flooring, paint, those kinds of things, very much modernizing that building. Same thing at the middle school. We will start some exterior projects at both of those campuses as well, giving some new spaces for students to gather and to facilitate open learning areas, so to speak, both at the middle school and intermediate school. We just finished up the new Center for Athletic Performance, which is a great addition to our athletics program. We also have underway a new playground project at Della Davidson Elementary, and we are also looking at adding an addition to the central office campus for administrative space.
So lots going on.
Yes, sir.
Right now. Lots to plan for in the future, and already lots happening right now in the Oxford School District in regard to facilities. I know safety is one of the things that you always talk about when you're talking about facilities. And a part of that safety plan is with the construction code, making sure that we have storm shelters that are on the campuses when we build new constructions. Tell our stakeholders a little bit about that.
So starting with the Bramlett Elementary expansion, code required that when we build a new school building on a campus, that we build it as a tornado shelter as well. So we had a choice to make, and thankfully we had the resources and the ability when we built these additions at Bramlett, Della Davidson, the athletic center at the middle school, and also the high school career pathway center. We were able to build those buildings as tornado shelters that were large enough to accommodate the entire campus. So we're providing shelter capacity for all the students on those campuses.
One last question, Steve. Capital projects, obviously of this scale, right? It takes a lot of finances to be able to build these types of projects. So how has the district been able to fund these projects without raising stakeholder taxes?
Well, that's a pretty phenomenal question, and it's a huge undertaking that most districts can't really say that they've done. Certainly through sound financial management over the past several years and leadership at the superintendent and also the finance officer, but making sure that we are being very cost conscious in the way we go about building, being very careful to only build the things that are needed for our students and for our faculty, and certainly taking into consideration the long-term use of those things. So it's been a great deal to be able to be a part of that.
What some stakeholders may not realize is that we have an operational budget every year, and the excess money that is not spent from the operational budget, we often utilize and roll that into our capital improvements fund balance, which helps us build that fund balance up, that when we have major projects, we have some funding to be able to do those as well. So Steve, thank you for sharing the update today. Capital improvements, there's a lot of work going on, a lot of great things that'll be coming soon and in the future for OSD. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.